building a custom chicken coop. Probably get started on that actually today. All right. Custom chicken coop, and it's going to be amazing. Let's go take a look at some of the scrap wood here. All right. So this was the previous spot of where my chicken coop was last year. So we had 5 beautiful hens that we had set up in this area. I broke it all down, but we had them set up here. 5 Rhode Island Reds. They were real healthy egg layers, brown eggs in this part. However, Mr. Fox came from the hill up there, came running down, and when I got up that morning, I saw bits and pieces of my babies. It was such a tragic scene, but he was able to get away with 4 of them, and I was able to find the 5th one decapitated, and unfortunately had passed away. So this was the coop, which was my fault. All right, but this is the run that I had them in, and you can still see the remnants here of the fox chewing through there. So he was able to chew through there and get up under and get to the girls. And that was the small little coop that I had. So what's happening now is I've moved the location of the coop to inside of my backyard here. And I started last year building a custom run, but I dropped hammers as it got cold. I got busy, volunteer firefighter, and, just didn't have the time. But now that we are in early spring here in Maryland, I decided to pick back up. So this is all going to get demolished. I have a whole new game plan and design for the new custom coop. I'm going to build a custom coop with a 16-foot run. And so I want you guys to come along for the ride. All right. This was a platform that I built a couple years ago. Everything's all a mess right now, but I had this, it was a 24-foot that went all the way across, but I started tearing it down as the years went by. Just, we never really used it. It was taking up space. So I tore it down. I'm going to put a fire pit here, a little area here where we can do a campfire, maybe grill out. I left half of it over here so that we can shoot on it. So I turned it into a little, this is not going to stay here for too long, but just turned it into a little firing post. And if you take a look, you see right up here. So we just shoot from this post, but that's some of the scrap wood that I was able to pull off when I was tearing it down. And we're going to use this same wood to build our custom chicken coop and run. All right, so let's get it going. Custom chicken coop and run build. And this is what we're gathering up on this in the garage here. We're gonna gather up some of the supplies that we need. Now, I'm following a blueprint. I bought this from a guy on YouTube. He built his own custom chicken coop, and I really love the design of it. So I decided to follow this very blueprint for the coop and the run. All right, so let's go gather up some wood and let's get started. All right, so I found some of these old posts here next to my shed. I had them sitting there for a few years. Already pressure treated. I mean, as you can tell, they've been outside all this time, just sitting there as extra wood. So I decided to just use that for the coop. Just waste not, want not. I don't want anything going to waste. I grabbed some of that black treated wood that I had when I started building the old coop, and decided to use some of that. For the old run. Use some of that. All right, so I'm lining it up. So I have both of the posts. The front post, which is 4 feet. That's about 95 inches there. All right. I have this, I'm getting ready to measure off. This needs to be about 5 feet across. the bottom. This is already treated. So I'm putting this, it's gonna have contact with the ground at the bottom. This is the middle post, which goes in the middle. And this will compose of one side. All right, I have to do this again for the other side, and then we'll conjoin them together. So what it looks like here. So we have front posts, back posts. We have this beam in the middle. We have the bottom beam going across. All right, I'll cut a couple of 45-degree angle slabs for here. That'll be one side, okay? We'll do it again for the other side, and then beam, 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 beam. We'll put a couple in the middle for the floor, all right? And then we'll put some plywood down. That'll be the early stages of what the coop, the interior, would look like. All right, then you just start building around it and get down to all of the dimensions. Then you build the nesting box, and then you should get around to it starting to take shape. Pretty soon you're gonna build upon the floor, which this is our base. You build the nesting boxes, a couple of windows if you want to add windows, slant, everything goes on the roof. Okay, so that's where we are. Jumped ahead a little bit. Right now I'm on page 5. We're getting just the basics taken care of right now. All right, so super exciting. Let's get back to work. This episode of Rice Family Outdoors is brought to you by Catch What You Eat Meat. Nice and tender. Cause you can eat the meat while talking on the phone. The meat's so tender you can suck it off the bone. I'ma whip yo. So come on down and get some Uncle Jay's lean, fresh kill meat. Whoa, 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 so tender. Right now. So if you look at the illustration, I tacked the floor joist here, and then the ground connect, and then these two 45-degree angle floor support I put in there. All right, so it looks just like the illustration, just like that. This is one side. I still have to do the other side. All right, so this is just one side. All right, I use my saw here, my favorite toy. Love this thing. This thing here is how I measure my 45-degree cuts. Yeah, see 45, 90 degree, you know, you can go all the way around, just do your cuts that way. And so I'm about to tack this all together, and then we'll go ahead and work on the other side and get that taken care of. All right, Operation Chicken Coop Build in full effect. Rice Family Outdoors. Let's get it popping. Of the chicken coop build, I grabbed some more 2x4s and stuff. I had a 4x4. Got all this stuff just laying around, projects I've been working on. I had a platform that I had built out here. So I'm tearing it down, and I'm using the scrap wood from it. And this is a step that I had built to get onto the platform that I'm actually getting ready to turn into a little workbench, a table. So what I did is I got some old pieces of the 4x4s here, this wood, and I'm gonna cut them down so that they're 3 feet, 4 of those, and attach them to that, and build a nice little table, because I don't have a workbench table. I was using this little white table here, but I got my saw up on this table, so I'm gonna build my own little table. Since I'm tearing the deck down, I think this would be a good use of this wood without letting it go to waste. So All right, so Operation Table Build. Then I'll get back to the chicken coop.
Mellow beat.
After that, we'll move on to framing out the back end. Okay, then we got to build the door and the windows out on it. So I just kind of set it up here just so I can see what it'll look like. I haven't nailed it down, but so far the floor framed out pretty well. So tomorrow, I didn't want to put it together inside of the garage due to how heavy this thing is, and I'm right now the boys are gone for the weekend, so it's just me. So I'm gonna take it outside tomorrow after the rain and just start tacking it together out where it's supposed to go, so I don't have to carry this thing in one piece. So all right, so we'll get it all put together tomorrow. All right, yo, so listen, I bring it outside and I started framing out the subflooring for it, getting the joists and everything intact. Got it intact. We're getting it built. So we're still on this page right here, where if you can see it all coming together, and then we'll put the plywood on in just a few. All right, so a few minor little tweaks to it. We rocking and rolling. All right, check it out, check it out. So we got my good friend here, Mr. Dre. So so look, we got it framed out pretty well. And so far, what we're building, we built the front door here, which is where we're gonna build this in. So the chicken door will be here, and they'll be able to go out here into the run area. And so this side will be where the door will be built. Let me show you guys what this looks like. So we're building this part. This back piece will be the egg hutch, and this will be the double doors where I can open the doors and clean it right in here. So that's what we got so far. All right. So we rocking and rolling. It's a cold day here. Rice Family Outdoors. Got a little helping hand. And that's where we go. All right. Let's keep trucking. All right. So we got it all just kind of tacked down a little bit. So we worked on the wall, the flooring. We got everything coming together. All right. So I already had built this run last year, the framing for that. So I just kind of set it up here. And this area here is where I'm gonna build the door right in this this opening. And then I gotta build a sub wall here. All right, so this is the framing of it. We'll get some more work done to it. Operation Chicken Coop Build in full effect. So we're moving along. Rice Family Outdoors. Hey, so it's a rainy day out here, and I have the framing and things done for the coop. So what I'm doing now is just framing out. This is the back wall of the coop right here. The front wall where I'm putting the doors is right here. That top part, I'm gonna put a vent in the middle, build that in. And so right now what I'm building out with this wood is the front of the coop, which has cutouts for two 18 by 23 windows. All right, and then this bottom part, which I'm going to build right now, all right, which will be where the chickens go in and out. This part here is the nesting box, so they'll go in and out right here for the nesting box. All right, so I'm building this bottom half out right now, and then I'll cut out the framing for the windows at the top. So that's what I'm working on right here. All right, so it's hard to hold the camera and work at the same time. So that's why it's a lot of cut frames where, you know, I'll explain it and then cut and then it's done or whatever. But, you know, I'm going to try to do the best that I can with what I have. So, yo, Rice Family Outdoors, chicken coop build. It's going to be a really nice chicken coop. It's going to be able to hold at least 12 chickens. And this is what we're doing. Rice Family Outdoors. All right, so spent a little time trying to tack the front of the coop together. So this will be the side wall here. This will be where the nesting box goes. And this is the front wall here. Let me show you guys what this looks like. So it should look like this bottom half with the two. So I measured it out exactly like that. So the chickens will come inside of this part, the middle part, to lay their eggs. All right. So it's coming together. Let's see how it goes. All right, so I framed out the rest just so you guys get an idea. This is the side wall. This is the front of the coop. I framed out where the windows are gonna go, right in there and right in here. That's where the chickens will go in and out to lay their eggs in this area, the nesting box. And we have the framing of the coop so far. So looks like rain's not letting up, so pretty nasty night out tonight. You hear all the wildlife down there in the woods making sweet love with their mating calls. And I'm about to go do my nature call, hit the toilet and drop a deuce. So look, the next step will be to finish framing out the windows, work on the nesting box, which I'm going to wait until I get put this on the coop and tack it all in to do that, and then I'll build the nesting box, and so we should be ready to rock. So just so you guys can see what it's looking like, these are the top measurements for the windows and bottom measurements where the chicken to go. This is what it's shaping up to be. So 2 windows here, then we're going to build out the nesting boxes. All right. So after that, it'll start taking shape, and then we can get it all put together, start working on a run. So, and when we're done, this is what it's going to look like. 2 windows up top, nesting box at the bottom, 2 doors on the side. All right. Right now, this is where we are in the process. Okay. So let's rock and roll. Oh, making love. All right. So here we go. I just installed the side wall here. I got to tack that down, but I set it in here to see what it looks like. We're coming together with Operation Chicken Coop. And so I'm getting ready to put the front with the windows. I'm getting ready to install that in place right now. So let's get this area cleared off and rock and roll. All right, so I just set this up here just to kind of get an idea of what it looks like before I screw it in. But that's top window. This is where the chickens will go. This area that I left open here, this gap, this would be the nesting box in here. This is how I'm gonna build it out. So they'll come through here from the coop and lay their eggs. All right, so this is the coop space, which should accommodate, this would be a nice bit of space in here to accommodate the 9 chickens that we have. I'm gonna build a roosting bar going across here and a slant in some area, and then in the day, I'm gonna build a little exit way here where they can exit out to come out into the run area. So yeah, it's coming together, folks. So I'm gonna keep rocking and rolling, and we'll get this thing built out. Let's rock. All right, so here we have the framing of the chicken coop. So it's hard to tell what it's shaping up to be, but of course this is the bones. But this square here will be the door to get in and out of the coop so that I can clean it out. This will be the entry into the back part, which will be framed out in a little while for the nesting hooch, where they'll nest, and then I'll be able to come lift this part up and get the eggs out right in here. All right, so here, just to get an idea of the run, this is the run bones. I'm still framing this part out, but here I'll have the door. All right. In this area, that's why I left such a wide gap so I could build the door out in a couple days or so. And then here will be where the chickens will run free and play. And then they'll be able to run a ramp that I'm going to build. It's not built yet. I'm just using this for an example to get inside of the actual coop. All right. The roof, I'm framing out the roof. The roof is going to have a slant that goes back into the woods where all the water will pour off. So see how this side is a little higher than this side so that it could slant down and go into the woods there. So, all right. So finished product coming soon. Operation Chicken Coop Build in full effect. Finished product real soon. I'll keep you guys in the loop there. So that's the framing out. Top two for the windows there. Bottom there. It's looking good. Rice Family Outdoors. Fake news. Rice Family Outdoors. So this is the roof. All right. And this is the roof that's going to go on the coop. I'm just framing it out right now to look exactly like this. All right. I haven't put any of the siding on the coop yet. So I'm just trying to figure out how I want that to look first. I got some old shiplap out there, some board that I may put together, a little something, to see how it works. But yeah, so this is what we have so far. Framing it all together. All right. It's coming together pretty good. It's not very expensive either. I think with all of the wood I had laying around, just kind of hanging out from old projects, and I bought some 2x4s at $3 a piece at Lowe's. Some of them, Lowe's, some of the $3 a piece 2x4s are a little malfunction, a little crooked, but it's a chicken coop. We're not building a Trump Plaza or something, but yeah, so I just bought a few pieces of 2x4 old wood I had laying around. I mean, I spent a couple $100 so far. The window I pulled out of my old shed. So I kind of got lucky because I had a lot of this stuff already, but I wouldn't suspect that if you wanted to build this coop from scratch, it wouldn't cost you any more than $500 to $1,000, maybe $1,000 if you want to get fancy, maybe a little more or whatever. It just depends, I guess, what you have laying around. If you're buying everything from scratch, of course, it's going to cost you $1,000, maybe more than $1,000, so. All right. So look, tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and situate this roof up there to see if it fits. And then, it's my daughter. We're going to go up there and see if it fits and then try it all out. Rice Family Outdoors. Let's keep rolling. She drives me crazy. All right, so look, this is framing out pretty well. So this is the nesting boxes here. I framed them out. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total. So that's good for the girls. I'm putting the siding up now. Just some old plywood I tore off of my deck that I'm throwing up here. So we're getting it built out, looking good. Rock and roll, Rice Family Outdoors. All right, Rice Family Outdoors. So this is what it looks like at night. Still putting the finishing touches, but put the siding in. Egg hutch. Let's so we're getting it built out. It's new construction. They got a mansion, nice single family home for the chicks. Looks nice. All right, updates. Progress. So I use more of the scrap that I took off of this platform that I built, stripped it down, got the old scrap wood that I'm using. I use the scrap wood as the siding there, and and also for the roof. So it's not beautiful right now. I still have to paint it, but this is the interior of it. Nice single family home for the chicks. Put a little light in there, but so yeah, I'm gonna put some different kind of floor down so I could be able to just scrape all of the hay and all of that stuff out here, and then these will be the nesting area here. I got the porcelain eggs, but each section will be for where they can go and lay. So I'm working on that part now. So yeah, it's coming along, getting it built out slowly but surely. And so once I do put the finishing touches on it, we'll be good to go. Still gotta close up the back half of the house, build the door, the chicken door there. So, and this is the run, building the run area. All right, Rice Family Outdoors. Let's keep it rolling. All right, so check it out. So I'm building these doors. These are the doors that's gonna get inside of the coop. That will help me clean it out. So I'm just, let me just kind of get that straight there. Right now I'm just putting a few screws in, getting it tight, and then I'll show you guys what the finished product looks like. All right, so here's one door. All right, so I framed out the other door. I'm just kind of freelancing this. This is just some wood I had framed out. I would do the same thing. That's door number one. And so I'm gonna have the kids paint this. You know, it's just a blank easel for them. Put a handle on one end and the latch, and then I'm gonna just create the other door right now. So, all right, it's a little bit of work, tedious work, but I love it. You know, we're still rocking and rolling. So just to kind of show you guys what I've done, I found some of this scrap wood here that I just boxed in. I cut 45-degree angles on each corner and tacked it together. All right, I'm using some of this old wood that I had on the deck. I'm using all of my scrap wood. That's what I'm doing for the background. And so what I'm using for that cross in the middle there is there's an old bed frame that's been sitting in my garage for a long time. This right here. So I'm just pulling that leg off, cutting it, and I'm using the wood to put right in the middle. All right, so that's what I'm using for the barn doors. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to cut this one the exact same way, cross it right in the middle, just like that, and then put some of that on the back end. All right, it's all about being creative, man. All of these little scrap pieces of wood here, nothing goes to waste. You know, with the cost of lumber and all that stuff, I save all of my wood that I don't use because I'm always working on a project and I'm always doing something. So it comes in hand. That's how I do it. All right, even a Captain Crunch box. I dig in there, get the toy out. Me and my brother used to fight over the toy. I get the toy and then save the box for something else. That's how we do it. Excuse the mess. All right, so it's rainy, so I couldn't really finish construction today, but just so you guys see how far along things are. Both doors on the front, barn doors, have been installed, roof installed. Still getting it out. Got the run. Working on that now. While I'm stuck in the garage today, I decided to build the door to get into the run. So that's the door, and I cut some 45-degree angles to put some reinforcements there on each corner. So, all right, so that's what I'm working on. It's coming along, Coop Build. Can't complain. One step at a time. So rainy day, garage work, wood everywhere. This is every man's dream. Let's rock and roll.
It came out.
All right, push it in there. Line it up in the grooves. There you go. There you go. Yeah. You gotta push it in. Push. Look at that. Look at that. Remember the routine.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yep.
busy.
Line it up with the groove. There you go. Push. Don't strip it. Push. There you go. Push. Look at that. That's how you do it. Yeah. Carpentry. Look at. All right, so just out here messing around a little bit as it stopped raining. So I came out and installed the door on something. Just rigged it up a little bit. I'm framing out the roof. And again, folks, I'm using old wood from some of my other projects that I have laying around. So that's why it looks like this. But I'm going to put a little paint on it and finish building it out. It'll be, it's coming together. So, but this is the run that I'm going to have. The roof, get it screened out real good. Finish putting the black paint on it. Put some barn doors on the side. That way I can get a wheelbarrow up, scrape it right out. Ventilation. So it's coming along. Still got a little bit more work to do. So I'll be working the rest of the afternoon on this thing. I'd say I'd give it another week or so. And I should be coming around the home stretch, getting it all finished up. Chickens will be ready to come out maybe in another month. Right now it's mid-March. Coming in early spring, so I'd say sometime in May they should be ready to go head on outside and get acclimated to their new home. So, all right, Rice Family Outdoors. Let's finish working. All right, so I'm just putting a layer of this spray paint on, just to paint it, and then I'm gonna go over it with some outdoor protective paint that'll protect from the weather and the elements, which is earth, wind, and fire. Psych! So this is I just put some trimming going around the sides there, just to bring it together a little bit. And then I put some plywood across the back there, and I'm gonna paint that all up black. A little extra layer of protection. I'm still gonna put some wire back there, but just wanted to, since it's back in the woods there, at least block that part off. But the run's coming along with the coop. Very windy out today, but it's coming along. I'm gonna do probably another hour or so worth of work. It's 4 o'clock. And then I have my son pile all of the wood over here. So I'll do a little bit more and then end up calling it a day. All right, let's rock and roll. Alrighty, so we got it built out some. I added some paint. It's going to be purple and white. It's not really done yet, but that's kind of what it looks like. But inside the run, still framed out. So nesting boxes. I haven't done much to the inside yet. Finishing up the outside, and then I'm gonna get inside. But I'm gonna build a roost going across here. The nesting boxes are gonna be back there, and that's what we got so far. These boards here, everything's getting painted. So here it is, almost done. Built it from scratch using spare wood that I got over there. Some of this spare wood. And bought some 2x4s, built the birdhouse, got the windows from the shed. Couldn't ask for a more beautiful day. All right, so today I'm building the nesting boxes off the back. So I'm going to build a little door that folds down so that I can reach in and grab the eggs out of each nesting box, okay? So this is the back part of the coop. I already started laying some paint, and don't judge me. I'm not the greatest painter in the world, but my daughter likes the purple, so I'm gonna do it purple and white. Just put a coat on and see how it'll look so far. So it's not bad. Just do a couple of more coats and get this thing knocked out. But nesting boxes is up next. I'm about to work on that. This is the run. So what I started doing is just trying to provide a little extra security by putting some plywood up. This is just some old plywood I had laying around. Got a giant hole there. I'm gonna patch that up. But just putting this on the back part that faces the woods, and I'm still gonna put chicken wire on the inside of it, just for extra layer of security, but also so that whatever's back there in the woods won't be stalking the chickens. So, all right. Everything's going to be painted black with the protective outdoor paint for the weather. This is the inside of the coop, still down to the studs. I pull, of course, I pulled the windows out the shed, put the windows in, working on the nesting boxes now. And I'm going to put a roost inside of here for the chickens to roost on, with a little extra layer on top for them to kind of rest on. So that's going to be the last part of this thing. And then I'm putting the back wall on, which will have a little opening right here for the chickens to go in and out of the coop and to the run. All right. So that's where we are now. Still got a little ways to go. I try to work on this thing after work and when I get some time. Just using all of my scrap wood from my platform over here. So I just grab all of my scrap wood. I use the scrap wood to build the roof up there. I don't know if you can see it. So it's not the fanciest thing, but it'll do. And when you add extra layers of protection and security on it, you're not going to break the bank. Just build a nice little coop, make sure it's secure. You're good to go. All right. So looks terrible with the paint. Don't mind the paint. Still working on that. But real quick, let's go build the door for the egg hutch. All right. So I took a trip to Lowe's. Found some of this wood here on clearance. I mean, I had to find the straightest pieces I can find. Cut them 15 inches on the side. Cut them. Bought some of this 15 by 32 here. Some of this flat plywood, which I'm going to use for a couple of different things. But one of the things I'm going to do is cut out the perfect cut for this to fit within there. And this is going to be the hatch that I'm going to pull down. I'm going to install a handle here, paint it, install a handle. It's going to be the hatch that I pull down to get into the egg, to get to the egg. So that's what I'm building right now. All right. So let's cut this right down the line here. And then we can get busy, start building that part. All right. And this platform, I built this years ago. It did its job, and I'm just using all of the old wood from it. I'm taking some of the wood to build a shed on that side. So that's going to be the next video that I do. I'm building a 8x20 shed. So I'm going to use some of this old wood to build the shed. And then I'm going to add an extension onto this shed. So I got a few projects we're working on, you know, Rice Family Outdoors, along with some fishing and good fun. Let's rock and roll. That were killed by foxes. I'm trying to make this a little safer, but I found a roll in my shed, so I'm just using that to coat the top part, and then the bottom part I'm getting a more heavy duty netting system to go around. So I'm gonna be tacking this up there just to go around the top. All right, so I got most of the netting in place. Just use some staples for now, but I'm gonna get some washers and screws to tack it down really good. So I'm just going around the top layer of it, just the top, because this is not the heavy duty kind of chicken wire that I like. So I'm just using this just for the top to keep the birds and things like that out. But for the bottom, I'm gonna get more of a heavy duty chicken wire and bury some under the ground so nothing can dig in or out of the coop. So I'm gonna have to go all the way around. Yep, so all right, Rice Family Outdoors. So today I just put the hatchery together, the egg box. So just lift that up, look inside there. That's got some porcelain eggs in there. We built that part out, close it up. I haven't painted that quite yet, but we're gonna patch up some of these gaps and openings that I have going around. Purple and white, this is the inside. All of the stations, they'll come up inside, lay their eggs. It's still kind of roughed out. I'm gonna put down some different floors for them so it's not this rough plywood, you know, giving them splinters in their chicken feet. And I'm gonna nest this part out real nice with some shaved wood chips and make that look nice and comfortable for them to go in and lay their eggs. So all of the openings and stuff around the top. Inside the run, and like I said before, you know, you don't have to be a master carpenter or some hot shot or something to be able to do this job. I just used some old wood that I had laying around, like I said before, from my deck. Got some 2x4s from Lowe's, plywood, old plywood I had. I'm just making do with what I have. I saved a ton of money. If you are buying from scratch, I would recommend, you know, just buying it little by little, piece by piece. But, you know, you follow the basic plan. I deviated from the plan a little bit. It's not on cue. It exactly was down. I just kind of did my own thing. But if you're handy with some tools, you know what you're doing, I recommend just building a nice little coop, putting it together, and you know, rocking and rolling. So for my last chickens, I had some of this old chicken wire that I had on that. If you look here, I had an old run. That old run caused my chickens to be murdered by a fox. Circle of life, folks. You know, it did kind of hurt me a little bit, but that's how it goes. So I used some of that old chicken wire for the top of the run, not the bottom. The bottom, I'm using some really heavy duty chicken wire. I'm gonna bury some under the perimeter of it. Real heavy duty. But for this is just really more so to keep birds and things like that out. You know, so that's just for the top half. Bottom half will get foxes and real predators that will come to try to have some fried chicken. All right. This gutter system here, I'm gonna install a gutter system on it. And what I'd like to do is use this gutter system to collect rainwater. And that's what I'll use for the most part for them to drink. So it'll pour right into, every time it rains, they'll have some fresh rainwater. So, all right, so we're coming along, man. Still a little bit more work to do. Beautiful Saturday out here. It's coming together. Let's do it. Rice Family Outdoors. Night shot. I put some lights around the rim of it. I got the box installed, painted purple and white. Little solar night lights all the way around so it can illuminate the coop. Hopefully keep predators away. And the birds will still have nice darkness in there so they can still sleep. But you know, just make it set the ambiance. But I'm gonna order a couple of more of those lights, put them around the entire coop. They're solar charged, so they'll light up as soon as it gets dark. But so far, it's we're just about done. So Rice Family Outdoors, it's a pretty easy build. I ain't gonna say easy. Not I won't say easy, but here we are. So
Subscribe.